Spirit Airlines is in deep trouble. Twice bankrupt in just over a year, bleeding cash at an alarming rate, slashing routes across their network left and right, furloughing pilots and staff, and now desperately in merger talks with Frontier to try and stay afloat. But incredibly, they're still operating flights and managing to frustrate millions of passengers along the way. In this video, we're going to break down everything that's wrong with Spirit Airlines. A fundamentally broken business model that's like a sinking ship taking on water faster than they can bail it out. If you've ever flown Spirit and lived to regret it, or if those low fares tempt you, stick around for the entire video to know why Spirit might just be the most complained about airline in America. Let's kick things off with what Spirit is truly notorious for: their fees. They lure you in with headline-grabbing low base fares, sometimes as little as $20 or $30 one way. But that's just the bait. By the time you've added all the mandatory extras, that bargain often ends up costing the same or more than a ticket on a legacy carrier like Delta or American, where you actually get something for your money. Here's how it breaks down. A carry-on bag? If you pay during booking, it's around $55, but wait until the gate and it skyrockets to $99. Checked bags follow the same pattern. First one starts at $55 but escalates quickly, with a third bag hitting $99 and overweight penalties adding another $99 on top. Want to pick your seat in advance so you're not stuck in the middle between two strangers? That's $10 to $50 per segment, depending on whether you want a standard seat or one of their so-called big front seats. Even something as basic as printing a boarding pass at the airport counter will cost you extra. And then there's the infamous passenger usage charge, essentially a hidden booking fee that ranges from $8.99 to $27.99 per flight segment. Passengers are constantly blindsided by these at the gate, turning what should be a quick boarding process into a stressful shakedown. I've seen countless stories on Reddit and X where people thought they scored a deal because the initial fare was half the price of competitors, only to watch the total double or triple after fees. It's not truly low-cost flying. It's high-stress, gotcha-style pricing designed to squeeze every last dollar out of you when you're most vulnerable. Compared to airlines like Southwest, where 2 checked bags fly free, Spirit's model feels predatory. And it's a big reason why so many travelers vow never to book them again. If the fees don't deter you, the complete lack of onboard comfort almost certainly will. Spirit deliberately uses some of the thinnest, least padded seats in the industry, non-reclining, with a stingy 28 inches of pitch, which is tighter than most budget carriers and way below the 31 to 32 inches you'll find on major airlines. There's no free food or drinks, not even a complimentary cup of water or soda. Entertainment systems? Forget it. No screens, no free Wi-Fi. If you want internet, you pay extra, and even then, it's often unreliable. Their big front seats are marketed as an upgrade with more legroom and width, but you're paying $50 to $200 extra per flight for what's essentially just a domestic first-class seat on a better airline. For the vast majority in regular economy, it's hours of discomfort that leaves backs aching and legs numb. Passenger reviews are filled with complaints about feeling like they're sitting on hard plastic boards with zero cushioning. One common story I see repeated is people comparing it unfavorably to even basic economy on JetBlue or Alaska, where you at least get a little padding and free snacks. When every corner is cut to save weight and costs, passenger comfort becomes an afterthought. And for longer flights, it turns what should be a tolerable journey into outright misery. Reliability is yet another area where Spirit consistently falls short. While they've shown some improvement in recent on-time stats, occasionally ranking mid-pack for certain periods, their historical performance has been near the bottom of U.S. airlines, with delay rates often exceeding 20 to 30%. Cancellations spike during disruptions, and because they run such a lean operation with minimal spare aircraft or crew buffers, one problem snowballs into hours-long delays or overnight stranding. Factor in persistent issues like the Pratt and Whitney engine groundings that have sidelined dozens of their planes, plus the current financial crunch forcing massive route cuts and staff reductions, and booking a reliable itinerary feels like playing roulette. Social media timelines are littered with real-time meltdowns. Passengers stuck at airports with no rebooking help, missed connections costing extra hotel nights, and lost time they can't get back. In contrast, higher-rated airlines like Delta maintain better schedules even during irregular operations. For budget-conscious travelers who can't afford disruptions, Spirit's unreliability turns cheap into expensive in hidden ways. When things go wrong, and they often do, Spirit's customer service is frequently described as one of the worst in the industry. Phone hold times stretch into hours, website and app glitches make simple tasks like checking in or changing flights impossible, and frontline staff are often reported as dismissive or unempowered to help. Refunds or compensation for delays, cancellations follow strict policies that favor the airline, with vouchers expiring quickly or credits that are hard to use. Review sites and forums overflow with examples. Boarding denied over minor name discrepancies, lost baggage with no proactive tracking, endless loops of automated responses. One recurring theme is how little empathy passengers receive during disruptions. Stories of families stranded overnight with no hotel vouchers or meal assistance. Independent surveys year after year place Spirit at or near the bottom for customer satisfaction, often tied with Frontier. When your entire model depends on razor-thin margins, investing in robust service just doesn't happen, and it leaves customers feeling like numbers, not people. Pulling it all together, these issues stem from Spirit's ultra-low-cost model pushed to extremes. Repeated bankruptcy filings, rejected plane leases, massive debt, failed attempts to shift upscale with higher fares, and now reliance on lifelines while negotiating a potential merger with equally troubled Frontier. All point to a strategy that's no longer viable in today's market with higher fuel costs, labor expenses, and competition. They've shrunk their network dramatically, dropping dozens of routes and focusing on a smaller core. But passenger backlash grows as the experience deteriorates further. It's a vicious cycle. Cut costs to survive, which worsens the product, driving customers away, requiring more cuts. While they deserve credit for a strong safety record with no fatal incidents, everything else feels like a compromise too far. In the end, Spirit Airlines sells the illusion of cheap travel, but often delivers frustration, discomfort, and unexpected costs. For the ultra-budget traveler willing to endure it all, it might occasionally work out. But for most of us, paying a bit more upfront for a better experience is worth every penny. Thanks for watching all the way through. Share your own horror Spirit stories in the comments, and if this video helped you at all, like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications for more honest travel breakdowns like this. See you in the next one.